This is for PX challenge number 7. The problem that we're seeing here is that students at BYU really need to go to bed earlier and improve their sleeping habits, because right now sleep is the first thing to go when they're trying to balancing all of their other commitments, and it's causing a decrease in their mental health and in their performance. So we're going to use behavioral economics theory, which is also known as choice architecture and nudge theory. And it helps us understand how humans actually behave versus how they should behave, and then design based off of that. And so that means we can help construct and nudge their choices to influence their behavior. And so in order to apply this theory, we're going to make powering down at night the default. We're going to do that through two things, but the target behaviors we're looking for is going to bed earlier, putting their phone away earlier, and choosing to prioritize sleep over social interactions. And so in order to do this, we're going to create an app. So BYU itself is going to create a specific app for its students that's an interactive, like prize or like badge winning game for getting to bed at a decent time. And so the two nudges that we're going to use are reminders and social norms messaging. And so reminders are going to send timely prompts and alerts to encourage people to take action and get to bed, whether that's an alarm, a text, or a different notification. And the psychological mechanisms behind this is we're going to try to refresh their attention, bring the task back into their working memory and activating their system one thinking. And it's going to be cue-based action. And so then for norms, social norms messaging, we're going to have daily messages on the app about sleeping patterns that other people are experiencing, testimonials, and then opportunities to chat with other people that are having similar sleeping problems or patterns, and to just kind of encourage each other to get to bed at a decent time. And so it's going to encourage similar behavior, and the psychological mechanisms at play there are comparison between groups, a desire for belonging, and it also creates a mental shortcut. So return on interest. Creating an interactive app like this can cost a minimum from $25,000 to $60,000, and it would take anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks to design. An LDS undergraduate student brings in for the school $3,300 per semester, so that's over $6,000 a year. And we would make back $60,000 just through 9 students' tuition payment in a year. So that means that the return on investment would be worth it, because we would have an increased sleep, which would lead to better scores, which is going to increase our NPS by 15 to 20%, which will increase the income from tuition anywhere from 3 to 10 million by 500 to 1,500 students per year. So in reality, $60,000 is not that much to spend on an app for that kind of return. Return on experience, students who wind down earlier and get 7 or more hours of sleep are going to have 12% higher scores on exams. And so then BYU will see a 20% increase in attendance, and decrease of decision fatigue for their students by 20%, and an increase in their mental wellness by about 35%. And so we're going to measure their level of decision fatigue using a self-report scale.